What's up guys, Chris here. A while back I put out a video entitled DIY Preacher Curl Didn't Have to Spend $1. And I actually had a viewer comment. So I thought I'd show you what the viewer commented on and then I would comment back. So they said, please for God's sake, remove the up stickers from your Fitness Reality Power Rack uprights. That, my initial reaction was to say,
crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of their women.
But upon reflection, yeah, I do have the sticker there. I probably should remove it. Kudos to you for even knowing what the rack was and spotting that. However, in my defense, at some point in the future, I will probably take this rack down and move it out of this room. And at that point, it's going to be very helpful to know which direction is up. And quite frankly, I don't even know that they're there. This is the only reason I noticed it, because you commented. So thanks for pointing that out. Not going to take your advice. Lesson 1. You only use the 45-degree preacher curl angle if you are doing the cable bicep curls, because there's no rest in the bicep during the whole movement, except of course at the very bottom, but you don't ever stay at the bottom for more than half a second. Lesson number 2. The very best free weight preacher curl angle is 90 degrees up and down, also called the spider curl, again because there is no rest on the bicep. The one cable curl you did on the floor is good, but I have a slightly better idea that I do myself at the end of my bicep routine. Just raise the cable a little higher and get on your bench and do it. You can then do drag curls by just putting your elbows down to the side of the bench and curl as close to your body as you can. You're welcome. Smiley face. Now you may have noticed something. In all 3 of these bicep exercises, when you're in the end range of motion, when your bicep is stretched the most, there is little to no tension. This is not unique to the 3 exercises demonstrated. This happens with any standing barbell curl or even a standing dumbbell curl. When you're like this, the very first couple inches, you're actually just moving your hand out and not up, and you could use far more weight. If I can only... So why is that possibly a big deal? Why is it important for us to make sure that we actually have tension or torque at the very bottom of the movement? Well, here's one reason, brought to you by another YouTuber.
As of now, there are 8 studies comparing long-length partials to short-length partials, and 7 of those 8 studies found that long-length partials were better for muscle growth. 1 study found no difference, and no studies favored short-length partials. But it gets even better, because we now also have 5 studies comparing a full range of motion to long-length partials, and 4 of those 5 studies found that long-length partials were better for muscle growth than a full range of motion. Just 1 study found no difference, and no studies favored full ROM.
So, what we saw there is there are multiple studies showing that a long-length partial, this movement here, contributes more to muscular growth than a short-length partial. Possibly a good reason to make sure we have tension at the long length. And we also have studies showing that the long length partial is at least equal to, if not greater than, a full range movement. So I think that brings up a very good question. If half of the range of motion is equal to the entirety of the range of motion, should we only do end range partials? Well, if you want to, go for it. Let me know in the comments your results. But at the very least, I think we should focus on making sure that we have tension in the end range of movement on some of our bicep exercises. So for example, throw in a high angle preacher curl so that there's tension at the bottom. Decline dumbbell curls so that there's tension at the bottom. Bayesian curls with a cable stack so that there is tension at the bottom. Any number of things like that. I want to say thanks to the viewer for taking the time to put in the comments. It gave me an idea for a video, which is always good. Once again, Skull Vikings, thanks for watching. Have a great day.